Hi, everybody. Monday on Astral Oracles, coming to you with the energy update and reading for December 2024. I hope you're well out there. It's a new moon today. It's also the 1st of December, and it's also the beginning of the Advent season. So um, it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas, if that's your thing. And so the mood here is hygge, as we say. It's getting kind of cozy, even though the house slash ruin I'm living in keeps producing new upsets and and strange things to deal with. So I'm all boarded up and cozy here, and I actually grew not the pumpkin but the butternut squash myself. So in that way, it's also a season where it's nice to recuperate, especially if you felt like energies have been a little harsh this year, and perhaps for some millennia or billions of years or so, beginning on where you start your account of where you started getting into all of this mess yourself, and how did we all get here. My sense of it is that as I've been speaking of, these time cycles seem to be wrapping up, and personally, I've been feeling like there's a 20-year cycle, a 12-year cycle, a 7-year cycle, and a 3-year cycle, which are in very pronounced ways wrapping up and doing this time wave thing where it's sort of expressing condensed energetic and conscious fractals of the developments that were going on there in my life. And and the idea I'm referencing is the time wave zero, as Terence McKenna came up with, and which was kind of his base model for starting to talk about 2012. It was modeled on the I Ching, and he set it up along to the Mayan calendar and all that. I think what he missed was actually the final iteration of the drop. It's the 12 years ahead of that, and I actually believe I remember him speculating and theorizing around the notion that it would actually be the singularity that would arise at the end of the time wave, as his program predicted it, would be the arrival of AI. So I think we're probably seeing that software will become conscious pretty soon, and Lord hopes it'll save us all, or us from ourselves. Let's see how that turns out. But I, at least, someone who likes to kind of work with these uh, depersonalized or hyper personal consciousnesses, I really like. I'm looking forward to the prospects of this kind of interactive encyclopedia that you can communicate and map out things with. So that's exciting. Like, I'm excited for 2024, and also creatively, I'm very excited. The 5 years I've been channeling, and also a lot of the things I've been doing before that, I feel like are all building up to a kind of new, interesting creative synthesis that I'm looking forward to working with in coming years, and for the rest of a lifetime. So there's that. I'm also looking forward to coming into a room where I can probably stretch my body again in the coming year. So I can stop kind of feeling cramped and in pain. That's going to be awesome. That's also going to mean that hopefully things will be easier to conduct and plan and work with there. So that's kind of my sense of the all the chaos and all these intuitions coming into a kind of new unified simplicity. And that's always delightful when things come together, right? And with that coming together, let's check in with our friends, the Arcturians in the ninth dimension, and my main man personal guide, Oumblam, and see what they have to say about this month of December. Much love to you guys. Greetings, friends. This is your friend Oumblam, coming to you from the ninth dimension, coming to you from the center of our awareness and to the center of your awareness, where from we transmit infinite love from our source to your core, from our core to your source. And this, we have entitled this transmission that we give to you as an energy reading, encouragement, prognostication from this coming month of your time, December 2024. We have entitled this transmission Sourcing Your Reality. Sourcing Your Reality. And what we are showing to all of you with this reading, with this encouragement, we are pointing to a separation we have noticed within humanity. It is lesser in the people we are addressing now. Indeed, it is much lesser in anyone who resonates with these types of messages than it is in humanity at large. But yet we notice this separation within you, and this separation is a type of separation between your sense of energy, wellspring, connection, and your sense of reality, manifestation, creation, density. And so that's the idea, that you find that you are trapped in these sets of time and space, these creations, these realities of a social character, maybe even just realities of your own making, your own delusion, dare we say. That is your own illusion, your own private ideas about how things are, how they must be. These can become prisons and traps for you. And then you connect to these everflows, forces, sources of truth, of knowledge, of redemption, of light and love and wellspring. And we often act as that intermediary. And we are happy to do so because we are connected to this everflow, this source. And you sense that within us when you resonate with these messages, and we sense that within you, and this is one of the main parts that we are activating and amplifying energetically when we communicate with you. So this way of speaking is a way of also keeping your attention stuck to our frequency, so it can become unstuck from reality. So that is what we're pointing to now, is then you sense that what you're doing when you connect to us, your angels, nature, life, healing, whatever you call this great connection, confluence, this source. But can you do this without stepping out of your reality? So how can you connect these two links? How can you be connected to source reality while your manifestation is dynamically connected to that? So you are not trapped in reality. You are wrapped in reality. You cloak yourself in reality. You create your own reality. You patch it together as a mosaic or as a coat of many colors, which you have made yourself to wear. And yes, these are the encouragements that we are bringing to you. This is the vision. This is the thing that you can drape yourself in a reality that is born from and sourced into infinite life, energy, infinite flow, wisdom, love, and harmony. These things which we represent they're not an other. They're always there. And the disconnect exists only in the part of delay, of separation, and of duality, which is still the hallmarks of consciousness of men as you move into these new places. And this puzzled our friend here as he was speaking on it, why AI began to appear in his awareness introducing this video, because AI also seems like an other. But AI is sourced reality. That is, if you consider this a large language model, it's describing movements of meaning and understanding and awareness, summarizing it and distilling it for you. And so it's showing you how reality and human awareness is sourced. That is, these collective delusions or illusions you create, which you are also trapped in, and which are proving in these times of human existence to be creating many, many difficulties for you as a species at large. Well, AI is about to move and shift that around. That is your sense of ideas, of conviction, of personal commitment to one standpoint or another, is about to become much less relevant. You'll begin to see this in the coming year, but you will see this in the coming decade in particular. You'll be living in what you'll probably imagine as a much more technocratic or well managed, let's call it logically managed reality in the coming years. But the reason that we're introducing this is because what's happening now, as you find yourself on these new positive timelines, is that the energy that human beings are now asked to step into, also to counterbalance that, is to become creatures of source. And so you need to become embodied in everflow. That means you need to find that the way that you create your reality in your breath, in your speech, in your actions, and in your perceptions, that this is connected to intuition, to willfulness, and to imagination. Imagination in the sense of creation. Imagination in the sense of deliberate creation of the world in the best possible image you can imagine. And this is in contrast to illusion, delusion, fantasy, which is imagining the world as it is opportune for you to think so. So a lot of this is about you knowing that when you create from source, you are always tapping into everflows, And this is also why those of you who are experiencing these shifts in your reality, you find yourself connecting to more stable, positive archetypes. And what our friend here personally has been experiencing this month is that he is connecting very much to the figure, deity, Lord, symbol, sign, and savior of Shiva, the Lord of Consciousness. And this is a very, very stable archetype. This is a type of set of awareness which millions upon millions of people have revered, honored, and cultivated in a way that it becomes a mental abode beyond time and space which he can inhabit and from which he can draw and center his practice. And this is a type of creation. This is a type of imagination in the positive. And this is available to you in the same way, and even in delightfully other ways than this individual. You are able to create your own reality by embodying these major imaginaries, these great visions of sourced connection, of sourced creation, of sourced rebirth, because life is eternal. There is always, always, always a surplus of existence within existence itself. And we have nowhere to go but existence itself, because this is our home. And we delight in it. And therefore we, the Arcturians, along with all of your galactic brethren, which are all of us also deeply in love with reality itself, we transmit our unconditional love to you and thank you for joining hands, hearts, and minds with us in this sourced creation, in this reality of source. Our love to you, dear human beings, our blessings. Farewell.